Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you my personal story about moving to different countries. My husband and I are often asked about our successful experience of relocating to different countries. And indeed, we have quite extensive experience which turned out to be successful. In 2015, we migrated from Russia, where we met, to Kenya, which was quite an amazing experience. Kenya was so exotic, so welcoming, so warm. It was a great experience. From Kenya, a couple of years later, we moved back to Russia. One would think that coming back to the same country would mean nothing, and it's quite easy. But if you spend away for a few years, then adapting and re-establishing your links and connections is still quite challenging. And a few years later we moved to UK. It's now 5 years that we are in UK, which also turned out to be a quite amazing successful experience. Not without various bumps on the way, which I'm going to tell. That's why I think I took our smooth experience in changing and experiencing different countries for granted. It seems now that it didn't stress me much, maybe because I was a bit younger, maybe because we didn't have kids at that time, but also I think because I'm quite a structured person, especially after the first move to Kenya, whenever we were discussing coming back to Russia or any other countries, and from Russia to UK, I already had like a step plan how to get integrated into the place, how to soften my mood, how to soften our move, how to feel like home, taken we don't know anyone in the new place. So I've written down 10 major points that I think helped me along the way. And I will share them with you. I don't like to call them tips or advice because it's still quite individual. But this is what helped me, and I'll explain why through the prism of my previous experience. So, number one, take a local SIM card. This will save you a lot in terms of the roaming costs, as well as it will get you connected straight away to the local data provider. You most oftenly you need the phone number to register the bank account and tie up all the services and municipal services like taxes, local council taxes, and others, and salaries, and etc. Number two, if you're not driving, you're gonna get a local seasonal ticket on whatever transport you are using, the bus or the train or any other coaches. Taking taxis, if in UK it's quite expensive, so and the public transport in the UK is quite efficient, so it won't let you down. In Kenya, public transport was not available, so we had to buy cars. We got the tiny Toyotas, and this helped us move around. Number three, you need to open the bank account. This will also help you get the local salaries. Again, you'll need it to set up some direct debits with taxes and wherever you live, and it will be just saving a lot on banking transactions in and out, especially if you used before Western Union or something like that. That will be very helpful. Number four. This is a tricky one because if you don't know for how long you can stay, probably it's not the good thing to jump onto the mortgage using all your savings and then figuring out in a year that it's this country or this place, city doesn't fit you well. But staying in the hotels or Airbnbs is also not an option because it's quite expensive. So I would suggest to focus something on like mid-term, like 6 months or a year, where you can rent, you can establish your home. It will make you more settled, and it will give you the stability that you need to explore further opportunities. Number five, I think it especially works in Europe and the UK that you need to register yourself now in all the local municipalities. So it would include your local medical practice, a local community where you'd register your council tax for the flat that you live in. It will also help you set up the utility bills and everything that you have to pay yourself. You will register your postcode. It will allow your seasonal tickets and all other regular communication and post coming to your home. That's actually quite a formal point, but it also gives some order to your life. And when you register to your local clinic, you will, first of all, you'll know where you will get to if you feel unwell. It's especially important if you have kids. And also I would make a suggestion to just check where your nearest A&E service is, like emergency hospital, just in case, especially if you have kids and they are exploring the world and they can fall down and hurt themselves. That's quite important to know where you're gonna go to avoid panic. So now the previous 5 points were about setting yourself formally. It may take probably a week, maybe a month, maybe somebody takes a little longer, but I suggest to do it like within the first 2 months so that you feel settled. The other 5 points will now focus more on settling your mind and spirit in the right place, because being away from your home can be sometimes lonely. You don't have your friends. You potentially, because of the difference in time between countries, you can't just pick up the phone and call your friends to tell what's happening to you and ask how they are doing. So you can be feel quite isolated. So in order not to get too depressed and not to give up on your challenging decision to try a new country and relocate for whatever time period it is, I would suggest to make your home feel like home. Don't take it as a hotel, don't take it as not yours. I would suggest to invest a tiny bit in making your home cozy and suiting your needs. This will, I believe, help you last longer. And now you don't need a lot of money to make your home feel cozier. There are a lot of mass marketplaces like Zara Home, H&M Home. They are just wonderful and they are so stylish and they can suit any taste and budget. So you can you can buy a few blankets, your favorite bed textile, cushions, flowers, few vases, a few favorite plates, and this will just make you feel really special. And it's all about you and making yourself comfortable at home. So you will always want to come back to your home, to your shelter, to relax and rejuvenate before the new day. Another point which sometimes can bite newcomers to the new country is to find out your grocery stores, because sometimes when you do the shopping in the corner shops, it can also be quite expensive. The selection of food is not the best there. So I would suggest you on one weekend do a survey, make a list of whatever you buy and go to the nearest grocery stores, like in UK, like Tesco's, Morrison's, Lidl, Aldi, whoever, Waitrose, Marks and Spencer's, amazing shop. So try to compare the prices and the goods assortment for yourself, and start planning weekly shopping there. It will save you a lot of money as well, rather than corner shops. Believe me, and sometimes when I'm lazy to do a proper weekly shopping and I do corner shopping every other day, it's like double the amount that you spend on a nice quality food in a grocery store. Under the same point, I would stress that probably you need to find the best places where you would, for example, if you use a tailor or a dry cleaners, or for girls it's important where you do your manicure, pedicure and all the beauty stuff, because if you're used to that routine, you need to reestablish this routine at your new place, because this is what also settles you down and make sure that your order is established there is way of life, there is a pattern, and this also helps you feel better and more organized and in control of what's happening. At least I like when I feel like that. And when all of that is done, your home is settled, your formal stuff is arranged. So now and probably you have work or you have your studies. So now it's the time when you come back home. You may feel even more isolated now, because it's probably by now you've been in the new country for 5-6 months, and you'll think, okay, now I feel really lonely, and I think this challenge is not for me. I need to give up. But what I would suggest is to go out of your comfort zone a little bit and try to get to the local communities. Thanks to mass media, there are a lot of groups which meet in person, or at least online, to have some chat. They unite people by their hobbies, which are like sport or book clubs or whatsoever, dog lovers, cat lovers, and other groups uniting people by their language skills or nationality. And people are really welcoming there, and they welcome and they help a lot. They can tell a lot what's happening and what the news. They can give you some support. I think it's quite important. I am very introverted. I don't like to reach out to people, especially to people that I don't know, and I'm always working for that. And I find that when I make an effort to do that, I feel better afterwards, because I start to get new connections, new people. I have a chat, I have like little new stories developing, and it's quite nice for you and for your family environment, especially if you are not relocating on your own. For those relocating with kids, of course, this will be a bit easier, because you start immediate connections with other parents at schools or nurseries, so this will also make you a bit more integrated straight away. Tip number 9. This tip was given to me by my psychologist. That's an interesting one to talk to. I studied in UK before, and I always wanted to live here, but I didn't have chance to get the visa or the job here, so I didn't know how it would happen. But I always wanted to, and that was one of my targets. But when I came here for sure with a proper visa and everything, okay, the first 3-4 months are turbulent, and I know it from the past experience, so that was pretty straightforward. But then I still wasn't sure whether it's the right place. And to be honest, it was to an extent that everything irritated me. The pace of people, the way of life, the bureaucracy, the slowness. Something was really not fitting my mind for a while. And nothing would make me happy. I would probably even to some extent became at that point a bit grumpy to the whole world. And I reached out to my psychologist to say, what happened? This is a country that I dreamed of, and I came here and I really didn't enjoy it. And she said to me that, look, you were taking like a plant from the flower bed from one country and plant it to another, and you don't know this soil, probably you don't have enough water, you feel unwell, and it's normal. And the place where you've taken from, you had lots of memories, enjoyable experiences. Wherever you would go, you'd say, oh, that's a place where I go for work, this is a place where I've met my husband first, this is where we had first party with friends, or this is my uni. So all the places in your say place where you've belonged for longer is surrounded by memories. And when you move to a new place, it's like nothing ties you here with this new place. It's all new, it's all foreign to you, and it's like alien to you. So at that stage she said, you need to now spend some time with developing positive memories with this new place. Like, indulge yourself and do that. And maybe to an extreme that you wouldn't do normally, but like have a cup of coffee, slow down, look around, look to the street, talk to the barista, go to the museum, go for a nice walk. Force yourself to pick up memories, do lots of photos, and just when you are in that moment, just say, oh, what a wonderful architecture in this little village, what a lovely museum, what a lovely library, I don't know, what a lovely canal walk. Everything that you can make you feel better. And believe me, these memories, they will be in your basket, and this will fill your new place, your new self here, with so much I don't know, love and nostalgia already, that you will start loving this new place naturally, because it gives you some positive emotions. So I think that's the one which helped me overcome that 6 months depression after relocating to the UK. And I think my husband helped me here a lot, because I told him what's the problem, and he started to take me to various like new forests, new parks, the boat trip, new museums, like when I discovered the new place. And now we, like, when we remember our starting here, and we pass by here, oh, we've been here with that guy or with this guy, and oh, remember this was our first home, or the first coffee shop. So it's quite nice. So try to do that. And the last but not the least tip which I want to give is that you need to give yourself some time. Be gentle to yourself, be disciplined, but be gentle. I would say give yourself at least a year on a new place. Don't make rush decisions. If you made one to relocate, try to make it work. I mean, if you completely hate it and it doesn't work for you, and this stresses you that much that your the quality of life drops, then certainly you need to either move back or move to a new stage. But if you feel that it's like everything's fine but you are still unhappy, just give yourself time. Relax, try to generate good emotions, try to make new connections at work and out of work hours, and I think you'll succeed, definitely. And I wish you well in that. It's a big step. People are relocating all the time. Some people relocating with a plan, and it's a choice that they've made. Some people have no choice and are pushed to relocate, which is a bit harder, or a lot harder, especially when you have kids. You want all good for them. You want to avoid any risk and discomfort for your kids. So I totally get that. But I'm sure in most cases it does work, because if you are open to the world, to the new experience, and keeping positive, you will get the same reaction from the world and from people back, because it's like magnet. So I wish you all well, and I'm happy to share any further details about relocating, especially to UK, because it's been the longest so far, if you need any advice. Thank you, and have a lovely day. Bye.